welcome to Katrinas Creations. This is episode 413, I think. Anyway, I am wearing a vest that I made. It was held together with some gray and some blue. This used to be a Tunisian crochet wrap that was curling and I never wore, so I had ripped it apart. So I will stick in some footage of me modeling it so you can see it. So here it is, just a simple vest. And then I have little buttons that go down the front. So I have some finished objects this week. First off, I had finished last week the dishcloths that I made for my granddaughter, and I had some scraps left over, so I put them together and just made a small granny square dishcloth. I'll just keep this for myself because it's much smaller than these are, so it'll work. I'll just toss it in. I just didn't want to throw just the scraps out, so yeah, so that's just for me to be using, just so I didn't waste yarn. But then I found this cute pattern for little bunnies. So I'll show them. This was the first one, and I got his body, I think, just a hair too long. He kind of looks like a cross between a dachshund and a rabbit. But when they sit, they're really cute because they kind of sit like that. And his ears are extremely long, and they can flop backward or forward. So when I made this one, I made the body a little bit shorter, and the ears a little bit shorter also, so they would stand up a little bit better. So this one reminds me of the children's story Nuffle Bunny, which, yeah, it's about a little stuffed animal. Kind of reminds me of it. I found this pattern. It was a tutorial on YouTube. The girl who did the tutorial, her name is Mayhem Crochet. I'll put it down here. And there was a link on her video to this pattern. Now, she does the tutorial for this very well. I think she's a teenager. I don't know. And I think she designed this pattern as well. But it is free. It's a free pattern, free tutorial. So if you want to go over and check it out. She actually has quite a few subscribers. I mean, we're talking 847,000 subscribers. So yeah, she has all kinds of like little stuffed animal type of tutorials. So definitely worth checking out, and her instructions were very clear. It was very well done tutorial. So yeah, I made 2 of these, and what these are for is going to be for a spring craft fair that Kim and I are doing in April. And I thought, well, since it's going to be right before Easter, this would be perfect for Easter. So anyway, but I like kind of the fatness of the little purple one, as opposed to, he's a skinnier bunny. Yes, he's tall and skinny, and although when you hold them together, they're about the same height. So maybe, but body-wise, he's definitely longer this way. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to make some more of those, I think, or some kind of version of a bunny. So those are my finished objects. Then my works in progress. I have, this is the throw that I'm making for my granddaughter, and I've almost doubled it this week. There's my little stitch marker where I was at last week. So I've gone all the way up to here. So here's how big it is so far. I mean, I'm probably about halfway because it's going to be fairly long, and I have plenty of yarn, so we'll just make it till I think it's the right size. So I have that, and then I dyed some additional yarn for my scrappy poncho. So I'll show you the yarn that I dyed. I had some plain white, this was Knit Picks palette yarn, and so I just divided it into smaller little bunches, and I have this one, which is like different grays, and there's some reds popped in there. The gray, I'm not sure how I did that. It was total and pure accident. I don't have gray dye. I think it's just some of the colors I mixed together. That's what happened. But it's pretty. It's kind of grays and burgundies. Then I have a green one. Green one. Blue. Red. Multicolored, where I just stuck little dots all over the place. And then this one is a green and a blue combined. So you can see that. And then the last two, we have a yellow and another multicolor. Oops. A multicolor one here. So some of these, oh, it just went over the top. I gotta go dig it out. Some of these smaller skeins is because I've already incorporated them into the poncho. So here is my square poncho. And last week I started from the center. Last week I had not put on this row where this peach row is. So I've almost doubled it going around so far. So this is part of the scrap along. If you're not familiar with that, we are running a scrap along make along that is going to be going from now until the end of February. You can knit, crochet, Tunisian crochet, anything yarn related, and you need to be using either mini skeins or scraps from leftover projects to make something. Other than that, there's no real rules. You can just send your picture of your completed project to me at KatrinasCreations@yahoo.com and tell me what it is you made, or anything else you want to tell me about it. That's perfectly fine too. And that will enter you. Make sure you put down that it is for the scrap along. So I know that it's not for show and tell, that it's for the scrap along. And then it will go into the entries for the scrap along, and I will draw a winner from those entries the end of February. So, and there will be a prize involving some yarn as well as a project bag. This was from Knit Crate years ago. It has not been used or anything. I just happened to find it in my stash. So it will be this plus a skein of yarn for the winner. So that is our scrap along. So that's what I've been working on this week. What have you been working on? So what have I been reading? Well, I have been reading Sally Goldenbaum's latest book, which is called Herringbone Harbor Mystery. And this is part of the Seaside Knitters Mystery Series. And it's been pretty good so far. There was this like all around nice guy that they thought he died in a fire, and then they found out he was already killed before the fire. The fire was basically to hide the evidence. So the knitting group is now on the search to try to find out what happened. So I'm almost at the end of the book. I think I've got like 10% more of the book to go. So yeah, it's getting good. Her mysteries are always really good. I always enjoy them. So, and the end of the book also has a pattern, and where the title Herringbone Harbor comes from is because all of the knitters in the knitting group are making a Afghan together for a charity auction, and it's a herringbone pattern Afghan that each one of them is sewing a section and then, or knitting a section, and then they all get sewn together. So it always includes a pattern in the back of the book. So that's what I am reading right now. Now, if you missed yesterday's video, it was some tips for finding craft fairs to sell your items at. So we had that. We also had a Getting to Know You segment, which was with Sally Thibodeau. So if you missed that and you want to click the link right here, you can do that and check out Sally's Dream Box. Yes, if you haven't seen what that is, make sure you check out that video because you will see it. This Friday's video is going to be a tutorial on how to do short rows. That was requested, so I will be doing that, and we will be having another Getting to Know You segment. If you would like to participate in the Getting to Know You segment, if you have a YouTube channel and you'd like to get your name out there a little bit, this is an opportunity to do so as well. Just contact me at KatrinasCreations@yahoo.com. Let me know you are interested, and I will send you out a little list of the 10 questions. And all you do is answer the questions and send me some pictures. I put the whole thing together, so you don't have to put the segment together or anything like that. No technical stuff involved other than sending me pictures and telling me a little bit about yourself. So yeah, if you'd like to participate in that, we're having fun with it so far, getting to know each other a little bit better. So now it's time for... Now in our Come and Get It section this week, we have Lion Brand, which ran a really good sale earlier this week. But this one is up to 30% off, and then you can get an additional 20% off. So it's not a full 50% off, it's up to 30% off and then an additional 20% off. You do need to use a coupon code for that of JANAD20. And this sale ends on the 26th, which is tomorrow, which is Sunday. So that will be the last day for it. So it's just a short little weekend sale. So again, that is up to 30% off and then an additional 20% off of that. Then there's Knit Picks. Knit Picks yarn of the month is Hawthorn, which is very nice yarn. So that is their yarn of the month that is 20% off. They are also having an end of the month clearance event where you can go over, you can just, all of the links that I'm talking about are down below in the description box. But you can go, once you get on the site, you'll see the link that takes you to their clearance event. And I went over and checked it out, and they did have some decent things for sale. Some stuff was like, some stuff was good, but it's better sailed. Better sailed, but you know what I mean. Anyway, Lovecrafts, they are having up to 50% off in their clearance. And then they are also having up to 40% off on DK, Aran, and worsted weight yarns. So that is over at Lovecrafts. And those are the sales that I know of today. If I find out any more, I will let you know. So I hope you have a great week, and I will see you again on Friday. Bye, everybody.